Last year, our startup lost its spark, and today I'm going to tell you how we got it back. So September 19, in terms of metrics, was a great month for us. We smashed our booking and revenue metrics. In fact, our revenue almost grew 300% a month. Everyone was telling us it should have been a great month. And on paper, it was a great month, but it didn't feel like a great month. In fact, it was one of the worst months I can remember working on this business. So why was that? In September, we focused on SEO, investment, conversion rates, customer experience, writing content, feature development, amongst other things. So in other words, we didn't focus at all. So at the end of the month, we analysed how we performed, and what we noted was that we struggled to follow through with commitments. And we noted that down at the end of the month. We wrote that down. Yet in the next month, the same habits continued. I got on well and I took some time off. And I thought, well, I'm going to come back, I'll be reinvigorated, re-energised, ready to hit the ground running. It wasn't the case. My business partner and I got on well, and I just felt like the whole business was just in this holding pattern for a while. The day-to-day wasn't enjoyable. This was deeply concerning as a founder. I know that we need to be enthused, we need to be passionate about what we're doing, and I just was struggling to find that passion. I was becoming disinterested in our own business. At that point, I said, enough is enough, we need to stop what we're doing right now. So once my business partner was back, we sat down and we spoke. I explained how I was feeling, he explained how he was feeling. And what was great was we were both very much on the same page again, and we were like, right, we need to do something about this. So immediately we took corrective action. What was the result? It was actually just pure joy. It was a great week. It was a razor sharp focused week, which was incredible. It was a great feeling. And so what exactly did we do? We committed to less. We slimmed down what we wanted to achieve. We normally were picking 3 metrics that we wanted to influence that week. Instead, we opted to really focus on one metric. We brought in tasks that we knew were achievable, and we knew it was more than achievable, but we thought, well, at least if we get through all of them, we can bring more in. And what that does is, when you're getting through a task list and you complete your task list, there's a sense of accomplishment there, which gives you a boost to do more. It builds momentum, it increases your enjoyment. So then, and it's fine just to then bring more work in at that point. It really does start creating that momentum when you're consistently getting through tasks every day, every week. This also meant when we had meetings and when we had business as usual tasks, or when customer got in contact, there was no stress. We knew we had enough time to accomplish what we wanted to accomplish that week. So one of the key things here is to slim down the amount of work you're doing and start building momentum by getting through a small task list and then building it up from there. The second thing we spoke about and actively acknowledged was stop starting, start finishing. This is honestly a mantra of mine. We actively called this out during this time period. Before we would start on anything else or start in-depth conversations about other tasks or features, we would actually then say, right, let's hold that, let's finish what we're doing, and then we can come on to it. We would even put a task in to say, talk about X, so that we wouldn't forget about that, but it didn't distract us in the moment now. This basically ensured throughout the week we had a razor sharp focus on what we were doing, where we weren't easily distracted. So simply by calling out stop starting, start finishing, it meant that we had a mindset to deliver what we were doing. We would take on new things once we had finished them. And the thing that really kicked us off was being able to have an honest conversation. The strategy of leaving a problem to sort itself out simply didn't work in this case. In hindsight, terrible strategy. It was only when we admitted to ourselves that the weeks had started becoming a chore that we knew that something had to change, and we were willing to make a change. That's what's great about having a co-founder, is you're able to keep each other accountable, and that conversation allowed us to understand why we had lost our enthusiasm for the business. That was one of the best weeks we had in such a long time. It was great, we finished so much work. We managed to move some metrics, and we really started building momentum. The next week was more of the same, and again, more of the same. We kept that up. We kept having small weeks and pulling work in if we were completing what we were set out to achieve. And every week now, we always ask, how was the last week? How did we find that emotionally? Was it an enjoyable week? We're now more aware that it's not just about the metrics and about the tasks that we're doing. It's also about the enjoyment of the startup. Are we still enjoying ourselves? Because if we're not, then we need to change something. Building a startup for us is meant to be enjoyable. We're doing this because it's something we love, and if we're not loving each week, then we need to change something. And again, if your team is struggling to deliver or build momentum, basically scale back what you're setting out to achieve that, and then build up from there. And that, honestly, it builds momentum. I've seen that be effective in so many teams that I've worked and managed across the UK, and this reminds me why that technique is so powerful. And that's all that I have for you today. I hope this is useful for anyone who's building a startup or or working in a team where they're struggling to deliver. And as always, remember, stop starting, start finishing. I'll see you again next time. Bye.